Welcome!
Welcome to the Omniverse of Nick and Part 6 to What If a Cell Jr. Survived. Before we get into it, be sure to check out the Omniverse's homepage where our channel mascot Omni will direct you to the Discord, both Google Docs, and everything else the Omniverse has to offer, along with smashing the like button, subscribing to the Omniverse of Nick, sharing the Omniverse around and turning on all Omniversal notifications, and commenting future requests and expectations in the comments section. With all that said, let's begin. We open up where we ended off last time, with Dabura getting his demonic Demon King potential unlocked by Babidi in exchange for bringing him the Supreme Kai and helping Majin Buu to kill all the others. And seemingly, Dabura is going along with it. So, the fight resumes and basically starts, if you get my meaning. Dabura rushes at everybody, and he not only uses his sword and unleashes more demonic energy and powers than ever before, but he just starts utterly dominating the Z Fighters, who didn't expect Dabura to be alive and be helping Babidi and Majin Buu. He kills Kibito and starts overwhelming the Z Fighters. Tien, he tries a maximum tri-beam, but Dabura shields himself with his blade. Buu is just sitting there clapping, enjoying this, not understanding Dabura's helping him or really half of what's going on. He's just liking all of this stuff that's going on. And Babidi is very ecstatic at this. Not only has Dabura seemingly pledged his undying loyalty beyond what he already has, but he's helping Majin Buu to get rid of the pests. And soon, he won't need Dabura, and this time, it'll be for real. But 18 interjects and blasts at Babidi, who uses a shield to make sure he doesn't get killed by this android. He already has one android problem to deal with at the field of his greatest minion besides Buu. He doesn't need another, but it's not going to help him. 17 finds the perfect opportunity and barriers himself around Babidi's barrier and basically outshines it, extends the barrier, and does exactly what he did to Jiren at the end of the Tournament of Power. He blows himself up, which obviously we know he takes the frickin' attack. Even if this is Buu Saga 17, 17's frickin' broken, so he would still survive this. But Babidi, though, this kills him. But this was a great mistake. Cell Jr. utterly groans in pain and agony. He clutches his head, and he feels his power and his body shrinking down. And he turns back into Teen Cell Jr. Because without Babidi, not only is the Majin power gone, but his adult form and ultimately, like, half the freaking power that he had. And then Dabura just utterly groans back in pain, and he reverts back to the Dabura which first met Babidi. So, then Gohan yells, "Why would you two do that?" And realizes that not only does this mean that Babidi's out of the way, and Piccolo and Krillin can be turned back, but this just gave them a massive disadvantage. And Dabura is feeling this too. 17 and 18 are just standing there, seemingly not looking like they're guilty of anything. And Goku says, "Why would you two do that? The Cell Jr. was our best chance at defeating Majin Buu. Sure, Dabura was a problem, but you didn't have to go ahead and kill Babidi. Not yet." And 17 and 18 is like, "What other plan did you have, Goku? Let the evil wizard just command these two and kill us all? Plus, we're not exactly friends with any version, offspring, or any version of Cell in its entirety. What makes you think we would go along with helping a version of him for long, let alone be trying to coordinate a peaceful team up with any version of a Cell Jr. or Cell. You know what he did to us. You know what happened. He killed you. And while they're arguing about this and this whole problem, Majin Buu takes the perfect opportunity and shoots a candy beam. And he turns 17 and 18 into candy and eats them. Goku at this point says, okay, this is serious now. They thought that they could take Majin Buu before, but clearly they can't. They must use all of their full power now. It's now or never. They can't just run. They have to exhaust everything they can. They haven't done that yet as a full group, but now they can't mess around anymore. This is serious. And Gohan looks over at the Cell Jr. and says, can you still fight? And Cell Jr.'s like, just because I'm a teen again doesn't mean that I still didn't train beyond my limits, especially my father's, to try and beat you. Of course I can still fight. Goku powers to Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta powers past 2 and says, let's crush this fat pink oaf once and for all. Now that the wizard's out of the way and the Demon King's crushed, now we have 2 less problems to deal with. And Gohan powers to 3. Cell Jr. powers to Super Perfect. Dabura gets back up and realizes he's got to fight alongside them. And especially since his master is dead and he's got nothing else, no power left or anything, and this Majin is the main threat, Dabura offers to side with them just this once. He is the Demon King, so this will not last long. Piccolo and Krillin are turned back from stone. Tien is just more or less there, and Goten and Trunks power to Super Saiyan. But Goku says, just because we all need to attack as a group doesn't mean the situation isn't too dangerous for you guys anymore. Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, take the boys and get out of here. Or at least tell them to stand down. You guys cannot fight in this battle anymore. Stand down and let us take care of it. Doesn't matter if you run or stay here, do not get involved. You saw what happened to the androids. And Goten and Trunks unfortunately have to stand down with everybody else. But they're not leaving. None of them are. Goku instantly goes in for a swarm of attacks against Buu. And then Vegeta gets a few good hits in. Gohan powers a ultimate Kamehameha along with the Cell Jr. and they both connect. And then Dabura just mercilessly attacks Buu, flings him up into the air, delivers a massive kick to his side, but then Buu just punctures Dabura straight in the eyes, and then it shows this onslaught of attacks actually made Buu angry. Like, really angry. So much so, steam begins to flare and bubble and explode up from him, creating a huge cloud of smoke. And Evil Buu is born. And Dabura says he should have known that Majin Buu was a threat. And it's good that he chose to side with the Z Fighters. He was never planning on siding with Buu for long. But now, this just confirms it. And he gets his sword ready and goes in to attack Evil Buu. But Evil Buu just grins and laughs maniacally, teleports straight in front of Dabura, and unleashes the same blast that killed the Hunter in canon, seemingly killing Dabura, but we don't know that because he was seemingly killed by the Cell Jr. So for now, it seems like Dabura's actually dead this time. Then the fat one, the good Buu, fights against Evil Buu, and we know Evil Buu just pretty much dominates him, and Buu tries to turn the Evil Buu into chocolate, gets it reversed, and Evil Buu eats him. And then he begins the transformation, which then extends to Super Buu. But then it's revealed Deborah used the Evil Blast after image to not get killed by Evil Boo, because he hasn't used that yet. So this would be the perfect opportunity. And then he sees a new Boo staring at all of them. Super Boo, who absorbed the good one. There's two of them that just became one again, and he's even stronger? Goku tries his first hand at Super Saiyan 3 against Super Boo, but then is literally pulled back by Baba because Goku used all his time and has to go back to Otherworld. Shen knows at this point they're looking pretty freaking screwed, but he does have a plan, and he tells Vegeta, the Cell Jr., and very reluctantly Deborah and whoever else, Tien, all of them, he has a plan, and it involves Gohan, who he takes to the world of the Kais, and since Goku can go there, he knows that all three of them can go and fully initiate his plan, which Gohan gets the Kai clothes and pulls out the Z sword for that plan. And since Goku's there, he is there for the whole thing just like canon, except the only thing is Kibito is dead still and has not been resurrected. So it's just the three of them, more or less. Not too big a change, and that all begins to go exactly like it did in canon, except with less animosity because of Kibito. Vegeta yells out that him, Deborah, and the Cell Jr. are the only ones left who can stop Boo. Everybody else, they can't. How could they? Especially if they did leave, or whatever. He doesn't know that, and he doesn't care. With Kakarot back in Otherworld, Gohan doing whatever with Shin, they're the last three left. And he doesn't care if they're enemies or not. All he cares about is that Majin Buu dies, and he dies right now. They can either work with him, or they can die alongside Majin Buu. He will not die today. Never. The Prince of Saiyans will show why he is on top. And if the Cell Jr. and Deborah value their lives, especially from him, they'll team with him, or they'll die to either his hands or Majin Buu's. And he begins to power up. But this is no ordinary power up. This is all of Vegeta's animosity, pride, and feelings. What we would have expected a Majin Vegeta in this story. But this is much beyond that. And this is no ordinary power-up. This is pride, animosity, and fueled up anger fueling through Vegeta. So much so, his hair begins to extend, his pupils blank out, and his aura flares to the high heavens. And before long, Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan 3. And with this, Vegeta as a Super Saiyan 3, Deborah, and Cell Jr. prepare to launch an attack against Super Buu. Do they stand a chance with Vegeta at a very much more inexperienced Super Saiyan 3 than Daima? And with Deborah and Cell Jr. only offering as much as their techniques and not their raw power? Or is this just delaying the inevitable fact that Ultimate Gohan and possibly a Potara fusion might be the only thing that either saves Earth or saves the universe if Earth is doomed? And if the Cell Jr. and Deborah offer more along with Vegeta, how will this go into what is soon to be the climax for the Buu saga and the Cell Jr.'s survival?
Now get out!
What?
Get out! Everybody get out!